Shut up and sit down.
Hello, welcome everybody. This is Split Decision Boxing. I'm just going to give you another one of my boxing vlogs. My name's Ray Peck. I hope you like what you hear, and we get the the necessities out of the way first. So if you like this video, please subscribe. There should be a link comes up here somewhere towards the end of the video. Also, press like, leave a comment, and even share it amongst your friends on Twitter, social media, whatever you want to do. Help me grow my audience if I can. All right, so we're going to talk about David Price, who's fighting on Saturday night, the big lump from Liverpool. The point of this video, really, I just want to say, how many chances is this lad going to have? I don't want to take anything away from him. He's obviously a fantastic fighter. He's obviously a great boxer. But I'm not sure how many heavyweights in the world would have as many defeats as he's had and still keep getting the opportunities, when there are other boxers who don't seem to get the opportunities they need. So let's just first of all take a look at him and his fight. So he's fighting a guy called Cash Ali, who's from Birmingham. He's had 15 fights, 15 wins, 7 of those KOs. But looking at his record, it hasn't really fought anybody of any note. So for him, it's a step up the ladder. For him, it's a step up in quality. And if Cash Ali can win this one, then it puts him obviously nicely in line for a further step up of fighting somebody noteworthy, somebody that we all know. He's 27 years of age. I haven't really got too much details on him apart from what I've looked up on BoxRec. His last one was against a guy called Colin Butch Goldhawk, who he knocked out in round 1. It was a 6-round bout. And he stopped him in round 1. I think he's only had one 10-round fight so far in his career. He's won them all, as I say. 3 of those 15 fights was against a guy called James Oliphant, who he beat 3 times, all of them on points decisions. So, bit of an unknown quantity. A definite step down, I would say, for David Price. But that's to be expected. Now, David is as I say, he's a huge guy. He's 6'8" tall. He's 35 years old. He's got a long reach, 82-inch reach. 29 fights, 23 wins, 6 losses, and all of his 6 losses have been by knockout. His own knockout percentage is 66%. So he's a big hitter. In fact, Eddie Hearn, I just heard on the radio, talking on TalkSport, literally said that David Price, in his opinion, is the hardest puncher in the world. That's a strong statement. I wouldn't go that far. I mean, I've never taken one from him, and I wouldn't want to. That's a big statement to say he's the biggest hitter in the world. I mean, some people might say Deontay Wilder was the biggest hitter in the world. And who could argue that? But he also made a fair point, saying that on the other end of the spectrum, David Price is also very vulnerable. So when he goes into fights, basically, he's either going to knock him out or they're going to knock him out. The danger of the heavyweight division, as we all know, is that one punch can change a fight, and change your career, and can end your career. It can also have far more tragic results. But we hope I'm afraid that's not going to happen. But my point is, 6 losses, all by KO. He's lost to Tony Thompson twice over the first 2 losses of his career, round 2 and round 5, both TKOs. He then went on to lose to Erkin Tepper, Christian Hammer, Alexander Povetkin. That's perhaps not so discredible, and Sergey Kozman. So those last 2 were last year, March and September. Povetkin, he was KO'd in round 5, and Kuzman, he was retired in round 4 of a scheduled 10-round bout. You know, there are other fighters out there who've got better records, who struggle to get the fights they want, and I find that a little bit disturbing. I don't want to take anybody's livelihood away or career away, but sometimes you have to say you're just not at this level. And maybe David Price is at that point now, and I would say that this fight against Cash Ali on Saturday night must be a deciding factor for him. If he loses this, on paper he shouldn't. On paper, this should be a comfortable victory, surely. But Cash Ali is going to be a hungry, up-and-coming fighter with an unbeaten record. Whichever way you look at it, it's an unbeaten record. Out of 15 fights, only 7 knockouts. So it's not a huge knockout percentage for him, but they are wins, and we all start somewhere. I don't know anything about Cash Ali, so I'm not going to sit here and say I'm a big fan of his, or I want him to win, because I frankly don't care who wins out of these 2 at the moment. I just hope it's a great fight. My point is, if David Price loses this on Saturday night, where does he go from here? Does he stay in the sport? What does Eddie Hearn have for him? Where can he go? You can't go on forever as a journeyman, and he wouldn't want to be a journeyman. I think David Price is a very hungry, passionate man about the sport. I've met him, and I think he truly believes in his heart and in his head that he's good enough to go on and compete at the top level with the best. Sadly, his record doesn't reflect that. It reflects he's good enough if he gets the punches off. If he gets the punches off first, it reflects that he's good enough. And Eddie Hearn said he's the biggest hitter in the world. He's certainly one of the biggest hitters in the world. And if he hits anybody on the chin, they're going to go. Except maybe Tyson Fury, who doesn't seem to ever get knocked out. But my point is, at that level, once you start going up a level, you can't avoid your own chin being tested at some point in the fight. And the record shows 6 times out of 29 that when his chin gets tested, it doesn't cut the mustard. So for me, it's Hollywood or bust for David Price. For Cash Ali, it's a stepping stone on his road to success, potential road to success. If I had to call the fight, and I can't really because I don't know enough about Cash Ali, but if I had to, I would say Price, should win this on experience and firepower alone. That's a bold statement for me to make, as I say, because I don't know enough about Cash Ali. But my prediction is going to be an early win, probably round 5 or 6 for David Price by stoppage. If it isn't, and it goes any other way, if it goes to a win for Cash Ali, David Price seriously needs to look at himself in the mirror and look at his career and see where he goes from here. That's it. That's me. I hope you like this video. As I said, please like, please subscribe, please give it a thumbs up, please share, please comment. My name's Ray Peck. This has been Split Decision Boxing. Thank you. Bye bye.
Shut up and sit down.